Hello there! Today we are going to divide by zero, which means that we are going to focus mainly on the warp shield and shielded constructs, and hopefully we will be able to explode the entire screen. For the weapon we want flak as always, warp shield and the engineer. There we go. Flak is basically flat out the best weapon that you can possibly take if you are not going to upgrade it. It just does so much more damage compared to any other weapon. Torrent is comparable, I suppose, but it doesn't have that range that the flak does. Okay, so shield cooldown, the ally, Defiance definitely, because we are going to take shielded constructs, so we want that extra defense. We won't be taking shield durability, because we want our shields to break as fast as possible. We will grab the basic regeneration, but I think maybe drones first. Sure, let's grab the drones first. We will be needing elegant constructs as well. There is a lot of upgrades that we need here. Yeah, let's get the elegant construct. It will help us upkeep our constructs. By increasing that assembly speed per level. And we do need it anyway for the shielded constructs, so it's a win-win. Okay, volatile shields is basically another 1200 damage on top of the 600 that the warp have. So it's perfect for us. I don't really want to take shielded constructs just yet, because we don't have any of the hull defensive mods. But we will grab the turret here. Let's grab the hull strength. Okay, absorption. Adaptive armor will increase our shield effect power and give us damage resistance as well, which is great. We can take the war machine maybe, or the priority 0. I seem to recall that there was... yeah, the point defense. This will increase our shield effect and give us some healing when we are near the turrets. So we will be definitely grabbing that later on. think we can relatively safely take shielded construct now. We do want regeneration as well. Okay, flash shielding for the reduced maximum shield and faster cooldown, also the Tempest Break that we are going to need. I'm going to have to grab the Streamline as well. Overseer is something that we want, but maybe not just yet. Let's grab that regeneration. That gives us some healing. It's not great without the rapid reconstruction, but it is better than nothing. We don't necessarily want the Juggernaut. I won't be taking any specialists or upgrade our weapon. We might take kinetic boost for the Aegis later. Bravado doesn't necessarily do much for the engineer. It will give us better, more experience from the champions, although it might make things a bit difficult because our DPS is not very high, but it's probably worth for the experience alone. We'll level up faster and reach a higher maximum level. Let's get that force armor. There's nothing really here that we want. Overseer. Not sure if we want it just yet, because we will be getting rid of our flag, and that does provide us with a lot of DPS for the moment. Let's grab the evasion. Shield effect radius to increase and empower the explosion from the shield. Evolution, we will be taking the Guardian ally instead of the Interceptor, just to draw the fire away from us. Okay, I think it would be a best time to get channeling to increase some of our regeneration, because we are getting hit a lot and we don't really have much in terms of healing. There's the Guardian. Nothing really here. Self-destruction is okay-ish. But I think we want that shield effect power. We will take the Radiant Shield as well, because we haven't yet. And the weaponized shields just for that a little bit of extra oomph. Okay, reinforced drones. We are slowly starting to get to the point where the constructs can deal with the enemies alone. I would want the assault drones before we get to that. But it slowly is the time to take the overseer. Okay, the Echo Strike. It will give some AoE to our Guardians attacks. This will help to deal with those swarm enemies and generally with the groups of enemies. Black Hole of course works as well. Although we do not get the experience for it, unfortunately. Okay, the decoy signal to draw the fire away from us. This will also help to trigger the explosion of the shields, since enemies will specifically target the drones instead of us. Because when we get hit to the hull and not to the shields. Okay, I think it might be the time to get Overseer and double construct limits. We will need the pursuit formation for the drones, so that they can explode near the enemies and not around us. Okay, I think we are going to grab the weaponized shields, because everything that's inside the shield radius will be taking not 20% additional total damage, and it shouldn't be too difficult to keep enemies inside of the shields, especially when we get the pursuit drones and the radiant shield. Here's the radiant shield, but I think we are going to want the better drones sooner rather than later. We also going to grab the mines if we can. Okay, the Medi-Charge, this is one of those new modes in the Apex update. Personally, I don't find it all that great. And last time I checked it, it was bugged with the shields, where it didn't regenerate the shields. But it does also increase the healing to other advanced constructs like the turret. So it is an overall nice upgrade. I also don't necessarily like how you have to fly into those drones to pick them up. Which because the drones tend to fly away from you, and in the heat of battle it's difficult to just fly into one particular ally to grab the medi-charge. Um, okay, we are going to need that thruster upgrade. Oh, there it is, and for the streamline. This is also a good mod that we are going to take, but I think that Tempest Break is a pretty important mod that we would want to get pretty soon, especially because we are already level 33. This is a very mod hungry build. Okay, the assault drones, and then or the streamline. Actually, maybe streamline, just to get Tempest Break. As you can see, this is a relatively safe build to play, because enemies focus on the guardians instead of you. Let's try to reroll for the Tempest Break maybe, or I suppose since they are here, let's grab the assault drones, because we also want that pursuit formation. Reroll here. That's the Tempest break. So basically we have 3.5 seconds cooldown of on the shields, which is not bad. Though the shield modifier seems to be rather low. Not sure why exactly is that. Point defense is also good, but I would rather want that pursuit formation. But the game doesn't want to give it to us, so let's grab the Defiance, I guess. Still no formation. We'll maybe grab the priority 0 for the overcloak. But I think I would just really want that formation. And there it is. It only took all of the rerolls. At this point you pretty much already should have gotten the divide by 0 achievement. There is enough construct on the screen that trigger it. Okay, let's grab the Radiant Shield here. This will increase our explosions. Okay, the Apex Machinery is another 20% shield effect power. It does decrease our assembly speed, which is not great, but it will also increase fire rate, or generally on our DPS, as well as the survivability of the constructs. So I think it is a pretty safe mod to grab, and anyway we don't have any rerolls, so it's either that or waiting for more rerolls. Point defense, I suppose we could grab Revelation to try get more defiances, but at this point it is very unlikely. So I am going to grab point defense for that shield effect power. Ideally, I would also want mines in this build with auto mines, so that we can spit out a lot more constructs and explosions. Also with the loaded mines they would still shoot our flag. Which would be some additional projectiles and damage available to us. However, that would require a lot more upgrades. Oh, there are the mines. I think we are going to grab them. Well, the game really wants us dead, throwing a scion after a scion at us. And tons of enemies. And here is an unscheduled seraph. As you can see, we are getting healed by those medi charges every now and then. It seems that if you are damaged, you have a greater distance that you can pull them from. Unfortunately, mines do not benefit from the shielded constructs, which is unfortunate, but they still do explode, and it is some additional damage to clear, especially the smaller enemies. As you can see, we have a lot of constructs available to us. Pretty decent stats all around. And here's the wave 200. As you can see, the AI is freaking out a lot. Nice, and we made it past the wave 200. So that is a large success. Now let's try to break the 1,000,000 points. At this point, all of the projectiles start to really hurt. Even some of the small ones will take like 20–30% of your health. And the level ups are few and far in between at this point as well. So this is pretty much it in terms of level ups. We will get one more in a moment, but beyond that it might be our very last level up. So here I think we might want the priority 0 just to increase that assembly speed. Because once the constructs are gone, we are pretty much defenseless. With the Guardians, the turrets seem to be pretty much immortal. At least, well, they don't really burn themselves down. And of course, some of them died just as I said that. But yeah, the Guardians seem to be healing them faster that they drain their health, which is very, very nice. Overclock is probably one of the best things that we can get at this point, just to ramp up those turrets DPS. Although it is a bit more dangerous to be sitting next to the turrets, since the Guardians hang around them as well. Well, that was unfortunate, but as you can see, everything is so much faster and does so much more damage at past those wave 200. It really scales up pretty rapidly. Our turret is still going strong there, and there it go. But at least it killed everything on the screen. We took them down with us, so that's good. Okay, that was a pretty successful run. 1.4 million almost. This is the fourth top run that I had. Pretty good average DPS. Of course, it's not the Celestial Lance build that I did a very long time ago. Because I don't think those modes are even correct. Maybe they are. I know that in some older runs the mods tended to break, Like it would show up some mods that I definitely didn't pick. I guess the idea of the mods changed over time with different patches or something. Not really sure. Well, but that would be that for the day. And see you guys later.